Hello, everybody. I'm still grabbing things. Oh, I think I put detailed expressions. Who? That's not the name I meant to put in. Oh, I wonder if it'll let me change it. I did. That's not the name I wanted. I wanted to call it Everyday Details. Everyday Details. How did I do that? Let's do it on this one too. Everyday. Look at me. I'm changing things as we're working here. We are that good, you guys. Hi, Roz. Hi, Donna. Donna jumping in there. Number one. Hi, Peg. Hi, Keish. So I got a big mess here. There's my everyday details. I kind of love this one. Hi. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Jim. Hello. Hi, Patricia. Okay, we did it. We did 31 days straight. Now you'll notice you might hear my heater going beside me. The house, when I woke up this morning, are you sitting down? Well, you probably are. Was 30 degrees Celsius on the main floor. Like I'm talking, put on a bikini and cruise around. So the insurance company came back today. They did remove the dehumidifier from the main floor. They said the main floor has dried out incredibly. And then they said they'll be back Friday, and I'm hoping Friday means the rest will go Friday. Okay, I have this card that I want to do. And do you think for the life of me, I know where I got my DSP? Would it be annual catalog? I'm dying, but if I show you the DSP, then I kind of wreck it and you get to see the card right away. Okay. What could I have used for that? I'm going to check the annual too. 31 for 31. You want me to do all of February too? I don't feel like that's such a stretch anymore. Do you? Like, I really don't. Trying to think. I do go away in February. I'm going up to the lake for the family day long weekend. So my only day, mind you, I could get up and do a 6 a.m. live. And I get up. But that's not actually a ridiculous time for me. I mean, my might not look very hot. Well, not that I do at the end of the day. But I'm just trying to find the DSP I used because I'm not seeing it. This is really actually, I wonder if I can peel. I'm going to peel up the corner. Is that bad? I've got my sample card here that I made. Oh, I know what it was. It was the bird one. Just a sec. It's because I wasn't looking at my celebration catalog. I know what that is. I just couldn't find it. Just a second. We're grabbing the birds. We need some birds, people. Get your bird DSP. There it is. Okay. I got my bird DSP. Everything's under. I'm loving this stamp set. I know it's a smallish set. It's not hard to color. Like it really has been great. Okay. So, I know which one it is. I'm just going to see if I have any smaller scraps. Give me 2 seconds. So the bird DSP, which is one of the ones you can get for free during celebration, it's pretty spectacular. Now, this is the piece that I used for this set. And this one is from our Flight and Airy. Not Light and Fairy or Flight and I can't. It's Flight and Airy. I don't know. Whatever. Just roll with it. I can't talk. Okay. So basic white card base, people. Under control. I don't want to create with me. Who's at home? Who can pull these things out in time? There we go. Lost Lagoon. Oh, I got some right. I have. Sorry. It's really bad. Just grabbing it. Okay, this is kind of my standard layout one, right? So but then my card, no, that's fine. Okay. So this is a 4 1/4 by 3, and we've talked about these before. February is my birthday month. All a birthday could be the perfect birthday gift. Yay. I can peg I'm a March birthday girl. I'm an 03 girl. I'm crocheting. Look at you, Patricia. My girlfriend, who's the librarian at school, who used to be my work wife. She used to be the other grade 6, 7 teacher. Well, she's still my work wife. I still love her. But she left me in the classroom. You sure you got it? I'm sure I got it. Got it. Anyway, we registered for, I'm doing a crochet class. I told my husband that I'm going to this crochet class and it's granny squares. And he literally texted back a picture of like, you know, the white-haired old lady with the bun on their head with the glasses and it's like a walker. I'm like, really? You're in trouble. You got your kits and boxes. Good. Linda's not set. Linda, the only thing you're waiting on is your dies because they were back ordered. Your dies were supposed to actually arrive. Get this. They're supposed to arrive here at my house on Monday. I'm like, no problem. I will actually I'll have it to her by the time the event happens. No, 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 no. They've been stuck in clearance. They're still not here. And today is Wednesday. So I'm hoping that I get them tomorrow, but I will have them in the mail the minute that they arrive. Hi, Cindy Reed. Okay. So there's what I did. So I cut my DSP. So Lost Lagoon. I wonder if I can do, we know how to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and whoops, nope, no, that's not it. So we just have to edit it first. So card base 8.5. And then I'm just going to change this. So Lost Lagoon is, what did I say? I said 4.25 inches by 3 inches. And DSP is 2 7/8 of an inch by 4 1/8 of an inch. Good thing I can type. Show. Card base 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. Lost Lagoon 4.25 by 3. DSP 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. That's it. Okay. There's our measurements. Look at me go all technical. I'll move it off in a sec so that you can still see the card. Okay. So we have got that part there. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to take some basic white cardstock, and I have some right here. And go back to my comments so I can see what you're writing for me. I feel your pain. I know. Come on. So the other night, my girl arrived who works for me, and I had to be like, okay, we're only going to work an hour and a half today because it's still not here. And it was supposed to arrive on Monday, but she was here on Tuesday, wasn't here, not here today. That's okay. So I'm going to start with this one. Now, one of the things you will notice, and I think I've mentioned it many times before, is I don't often stamp in Memento. I will sometimes, but it's not always my go-to. Sometimes I feel like it's a bit too dark for what I'm hoping to achieve. So I will often stamp in my smoky slate. And I use it with my blends, and we are allowed. Don't freak out on me. I promise. I've checked into all this. They work well together. It doesn't cause any bleeding. It doesn't wreck your markers, so you're fine. So I'm banging this around because it's going to make the camera go nuts and drive you all crazy. And I'm going to stamp back kind of mid. I want to leave it some space on here. And it's perfect. But do you see how it's not so like bam, in your face like me? We'll keep the less bam for ourselves here. Ooh, we're going to change my original card a little bit as we go, I think. Now, these dies are absolutely spectacular. So if you haven't seen them yet, let's check them out. So we've got several here. Hang on. I'm just going to pull the back ones out. Where's my border one? Oh, there he is. Good. I was like, I'm missing one. My entertainment right now is you. I know. I just want you to have them in time. So we have got, when I couldn't figure out the other day what stitch circle I'd use because it didn't match my one on my wall, it was this one. So we've got, this one just cuts out a rectangle with holes in it. This one, you can do the rectangle with holes from the inside, or you can leave behind the negative, which would now have like a dotted outline. Here we've got the same thing, a regular one, then one. This one I don't think will work. The size, no. And I know that I did this. So I used my biggest one here, which I love. I am going to drop mine on the floor. Please don't be horrified. It's not going to break it. No, it's not the recommended technique, but it's the I'm live and I don't have time to deal with it technique. So normally I would take a brush and I would like make sure everybody's out, but I just toss my die gently on my floor. Bink, everything pops out. So I'm going to die cut this for us. Hi, Karen. How are you? Okay. Here's die cut it. Sorry, I've got a leaf stuck on my thing from yesterday. Okay. Yeah, in. And we are up. I can hear thumping of my youngest child. That means he is scanning the kitchen for food, and he's going to likely come tell me he's going to the gym and want to know when supper's ready. Ready when you cook it. Sorry. Sean's at work. Can't you tell? So we've got this. Now, this child does like to come down the stairs and scare me. He's like my stealth mode ninja. And so if I scream, I'm going to apologize because he does it to me quite often, thinks he's hysterical. So you can't see because my big fat face is there. We've got crumb cake. We have got soft sea foam. I've got Lost Lagoon. And then I'm also going to take out some pool party. Okay, so there's the colors that I'm going to use to make this one kind of all jive. Let's put this back in its case just for now. It's all right. I'm just going to wedge it. There we go. I'm checking. Oh, it texted. Like that. I think it texted. Nope, forget it. It's all good. It was a colleague from work texting because I said I'm going home to meet an insurance adjuster, not coming to the intermediate team meeting. He said, no problem. We didn't have it. You're working on a hot air balloon card. Yay. Okay. So let's come in here. Now I'm going to use my dark soft sea foam. And I am just going to, I'm going to press really lightly because these are quite a tiny space. The little leaves are not a big, if you have Stampin' Right markers, you could absolutely use those too. Your girls used to sneak up. I know I can get anywhere like stealth mode. I have a magnet too. I'm just not using it. It's on the wall. So Cindy, I use it if I'm prepping for a class and kind of going between multiple dies. It sits up there. But all the ones I actually, I have to say, in all of my years, so 15 years, I've never lost a die, with the exception of one stylish shaped circle that I lost at a retreat. So it wasn't me, it just got, lost, but that's okay. That happens. Okay, green, you can go back in. Now, I've done those. The next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab my crumb cake and I'm going to start kind of from the inside, just making sure I've got the light and the dark, that I haven't mixed anything up. Oh, you can stay there. What is your home temperature? Okay, inside the house, 30 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Here we go. Temperature in my house is 86 degrees currently upstairs, not on the main, like not where I am right now. It's actually quite normal in the basement. But yes. Oh, bonjour, comment ça va? Ooh, you're from Notre Dame. 9:44. I know you're getting ready for bed. And then I've got Nicole who's waking up in Perth. I kind of love this part. Anyway, so yeah, it's 86 in the house on the main floor, or it was when we woke up this morning. It's improved a little bit today. So I'm just starting off with the dark crumb cake. Since he took out one of the dehumidifiers, because the main floor, as he said, was impressive how much it had dried. He said they're all doing great, but that one in particular, which is funny. That's where so much of the water was going to. Okay, there. And then I'm going to give it it would be time for AC, but get this, Jude, we don't have AC and I'm not even allowed to open windows right now. We don't have AC here. I do have AC at the lake because the lake would more commonly have really high temperatures. Here we might get, or we used to get just a few days a year that you would think would be an AC day. And sorry, I'm totally checking over my shoulder for him. Can you tell I'm gun shy with him? But we don't have AC here. And I wouldn't be allowed to turn it on anyway. So it doesn't help. My bedroom, the door is closed right now because my bedroom's upstairs. The door is closed, the window is open, and the fan is on. So my bedroom is actually quite lovely. Well, it was warm for us, but it's like bearable. You have this set. It is hot for inside. It's a bit gross. So the kids are cruising around. Lucas is in a tank top and shorts. Joe was I was even wearing a shirt. He just came down in like sweatpants. He was wearing a shirt. Yeah, it's hot. It's very hot. It's not cold. But I do have on my sweatshirt because the family room where the dogs are, window and door were open today to keep them okay. So it's only 20 degrees Celsius in there, which isn't bad. Hi, Jean. Okay, so all you're seeing me do, again, I just fill it in. I don't really worry about the shading to start. I did the dark where I want it. I'm now filling it in with the light. You kind of just have to like decide, okay, I'm going to stop here and those are going to be pokey outy twigs. I don't do hot well at all. Judy, have to admit, when I was diagnosed with MS, when I was 34. Um, Heat is my friend for some reason. I don't do well when I'm cold. When I'm cold, I ache, which is why you often hear me say that I've got like my heater on beside me. It's not that it's actually that cold in the basement. It is, I just don't like feeling cold like it does. It makes me hurt. So I avoid it. Okay, so we've got that one with crumb cake. Okay. Next, this one might feel a bit weird. So, because we're using Lost Lagoon, you're going to go, why is she using pool party? Well, I'm going to start with some. Okay. And I think it was initially because pool party looked very, and you guys are going to agree, very kind of Robin's eggish. It looked very Robin's eggish to me. That's a word. We're going to call it a word. Okay. So, we're going to give it an initial Robin's eggish hue. Ta-da. Okay. Then we're going to come in and I'm going to go to my darker pool party and I'm going to add, and you're like, whoa. And this looks to me, this is very green kind of looking. So it kind of pops in and we get a little bit more shading. Very pretty little nest. Now I can put you away. You go in the last slot. Okay. Now I'm going to move to my light. Hang on while I hold it from my face. My light Lost Lagoon. Oh, okay, now I am going to pause. Not pause you guys, just a second. It's just one of my kids. Not my own children. Dear Mrs. McKay. Oh, oh my God, I love this kid is so cute, you guys. Yay. I'm glad you got them. I'm sorry, but the one person I will never stall responding to is a school child who is reaching out for help. And he wasn't reaching out for help. He was literally emailing me to say thank you for emailing him his little files. And I just think that's so cute. I know, aren't they sweet? Heat is my enemy. Isn't it interesting, eh? And I've heard that. I've heard from many people how bad heat is. Mind you, I live in an area. Okay, so now I know you're going, but you're covering it all up. It didn't look as good when I went straight to Lost Lagoon. So I kept that kind of layer behind it. I've done this card already, so don't go, what is she doing? She's full of it. Kids, they are the best version of people. Your MS was the same. Oh my gosh. Linda, I didn't know you had it too. I know. Oh, this seriously, you guys. I had okay, I have an EA who's now working in my classroom and she's a lovely lady, but she was away sick. Monday, Tuesday? I think Monday, Tuesday. And so I had a TOC that was in for her. No, sorry, an EA like substitute who was in for her. And I met the woman in my staff room and I said, oh, who are you in for? And she said, oh, I'm in for blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, you're in my room today. And she said, oh, great. What grade are you? And I said, it's a grade 6-7 split. And I said, probably, like I said, it is the most lovely group of children you're ever going to meet. And she was like, I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that about a group of 6-7s. And I'm like, no, seriously, like come in, meet them. So she comes in today, or sorry, she came in for the 2 days. And when she went to leave, she's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I know, I told you. They are kind of beyond. Like they are just, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe what these kids are like. Like there's not words that would give you an indication of how lovely they are. Oh, they look so good. Anyway, like today, I actually cried when talking to one of my kids. I had moved desks around and he was seated next to this other child who could get quite like flustered when they're not understanding something. And he's such a sweet kid. And my other boy who I moved to sit down next to him, he was like, oh, hey, let's take a look at what you're doing. That's super total positive self, like talking to him. That's great. Oh, you're so close. You're just on track. Let's go a little further. And I was like, oh. And I had him come over to me. I'm like, I have to tell you, please don't ever change. Like, please just keep being you. And of course, the kid who's being so kind and lovely at this point is because he's just one of those kids. He's so bright. He's insanely athletic. He's adorable, but he's just like the nicest human being. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But other kids mimic it too, right? They see how he treats others. And so I'm like, dude, please don't ever change. You're just wonderful. And then I have the most incredible girls in my room. I just have everyone, they're all wonderful. You can't tell them. Hi, Bren. Oh, I love you. But I treat them like I would want to be treated, right? And they're my, as I always tell them, once you're a McKay's kid, you're always McKay's kid. And I'm a total mama bear. Don't mess with my kids. I don't care if you're 30, 40. They have some now who are in their late 30s. So I've taught. I'm like, you're still a McKay's kid. Okay, so we're coming around. Now, what I'm going to do here, this is our Lost Lagoon ribbon. This one is in the annual catalog, but I loved it with this DSP. So I thought it was so sweet. I'm going to give myself a little bit more. I am going to cut it before. It's just going to make my life a bit easier. Yeah. Chop. Yeah. This, I don't know. If you had to like pick a child to give an award to, you couldn't. It's not possible because you'd have to like give them to, actually, you'd have to give them to 100% of the kids in my class. They're that kind. Okay, we're upside down. I'm doing this. Doing this. I'm hoping. There we go. There's a lot of thumping on the main floor, and it's not the dogs. It is Lucas. I know who it is because I know my kid's footsteps, but the one I did, are you glued on? How did I do it? You did it just normal. I'm going to try it. It's so perfect. Wait till I show you the one. I don't get that word. They're that good. They get the award. A little late. Dang. Heidi, don't worry. All I've done, well, no, I'm lying. We've done more. I was like, all I've done is glue the DSP down. No, they haven't. I've stamped and colored, but I'll show you that in a second. I'm trying to replicate the insanely perfect bow that I am about to show you on the original card. Okay, well, we're closer to it. It's closer than the original that I had. My school bus. Yeah, you totally, Linda, right? Like they're your babies. And I always tell them that's my thing. Don't mess with my own kids because you're not late. How are you late for something? Oh, that's him. That's the one who does it every time. And I didn't see. Oh,
No, not at all.
and now he's stealing my candy. I'm so sorry. How many of you just jumped and tossed your coffee? Lucas, they're going to be so mad at you. Paula's typing ha ha ha. It's not ha ha ha. He's mean. He does it to me all the time. Did you guys see him in the background? And if you did and none of you warned me, it's not funny. I think I had just relaxed. I was like, oh, he's upstairs. We're good. No one's going to jump in on me. Judy, Jen says hi. Isn't the blue reverse paper dinky with the little birds on it? Dinky? What do you go school this monthly awards ceremonies? I know your coffee's fine. I'm so sorry. That one's going straight to hell. But why? Every time. It's so embarrassing. Debbie, guilty. You're guilty, meaning, oh, did you spill your coffee? Or did you know he was there? Okay, I'm gonna have to cut some of that ribbon. We got a lot of ribbon. Okay, I'm gonna bring my bow down a hair. Less Bowie. Not kiss, miss. Who am I kissing? Oh, I will miss his little antics. Yes, he does figure out that one. My kid and I were laughing. Ida. Okay, so here, if I had to describe my children, my older one is me as a child. He is a rule follower. He's a pleaser. That one is me at 40. And he's like, do whatever I want. Let's roll. And they're so funny, but they're so different. They crack me up. You were waiting for it. You guys are horrible. You warned me next time. And the Looney Tunes behind you. Okay, I'm going to just keep sliding this down to where I want it. I think on my original card, here, let me show you. So that's kind of my layout I used on my original card. I didn't even use a sentiment. Here's the original. Look at the perfect bow, though. But I'm thinking that I would like us to add a layer behind this so we can see it. Are you okay with that? My heart's still racing. And you guys aren't funny. You're all big trouble. I need Lost Lagoon. Do I have any up here? If I were some Lost Lagoon. Oh, what do we have though that's that big? That's a really big circle. It would have to be, if we wanted a layer for it, troublemaker is behind you. Yes. Can we have a code word? If we could yell, we would. No time to warn you. Oh, it was that fast. Jan, you know him. He's like a hoodlum. But he is me. So what do you do? Okay. It's a 3.5-inch circle. So let's just, nope. I think one bigger than that one. This one's huge. We might not get a layer behind it, guys. That's too big, I feel like. And we'll lose too much of our background. Maybe we'll just leave them. Movie box. I really wanted a layer behind him, but just we don't have a circle that big currently. And I don't have any other circled eyes. Remember, we are until my code word kid. My 6'8" son-in-law. Well, that's what he was doing, Jean. He was going for the stash in the cupboard. Scaring my mom is one of my favorite hobbies. Just type, I don't know. Just give me like a one letter. Anything. Oh, seriously, like I'm in heart. Okay, focus. Trace the circle and fussy cut. Sorry, can you tell that Linda is far more dedicated than I am? Okay, Linda, I'm willing. I will try it. What about a silver or gold that peeks out of the holes? We could. Do you want me to? Can I trace it on silver? We need a safe word. Would duck work? Well, then I might assume that you're typing another word at me and it just misspelled. But that would also work. Oh, that little. Okay, that's not funny, Peg. Peg's like, he's back. He is not back, is he? He's not back. Peg, you're so bad. Okay, stop it. Everybody behave. You guys are horrible. I'm going to end up having a jam or I'm going to blame you guys. Okay, we need some silver. Do I have any of that silver? I don't have any really nice silver right now. Would gold work with that? I don't know. I'm going to try tracing this. Quit trying to steal our fun. No code words for you. No. Oh, God. Okay, I'm tracing. He's so bad. But when I say he's like me at 40, he's also, I tease that one. He's as moody as me as a menopausal woman. I do rough him up about that. He's my moodier child. Yellow ninja. Yeah, that's what I actually call him, Bren. I do call him, he's my ninja. Okay, let's see how well I can cut a circle. I feel like this could be a bit atrocious. What if I don't get smooth lines? Like I'm not used to cutting. Look at me. I'm not used to cutting on the line. I always cut outside the line. I should have. This is so horrible. Look at you channeling your inner primary teacher. I know, with a tracer. That's a, well, inner primary teacher. Gosh, I would have quit my job a long time ago. That's what I were. I am so not primary. I realized that when I even went down to grade 4 a few years ago for a year. I'm like, nah, no, not me. I'm at 6, 7. 6 being my lowest. I love my 6s and they're incredible, but even them are make it eat the line. Look at you go, teacher. Even I find 6s can be really young at the start of the year. Doot. 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 Okay, we're almost there. I'm making this scissors. I'm literally thinking about that, Laura. I'm like, eat the line, eat the line. Oh, and of course, do you think I missed a spot right here? So I didn't do it. Now it's gonna have a funky like wart. It does. It has a funky wart right there. Pac-Man. Okay, now I'm gonna do one thing. You're gonna think I'm super weird, but Sun is my sweet, easy one. Girls, though, yeah. Now you're probably gonna go, what is she doing? I'm using that nail buff. It's the same one I use, when I'm what's it called? When I'm sanding my stamps, I'm using the exact same one. Okay. And all I'm doing is I will do it occasionally when I have to cut something. And if it's got any kind of a rough edge, I give it a little sand. You lived in primary land for a few. They're scary. There's a lot of crying and a lot of snot. Year 2 upwards. Oh, the little ones. Okay. Now it's okay. It's actually not bad, except for if I pop it up, I think that might help us, except I do have it's got a wart right there. We're gonna try that. Not sanding your stamps. I'm conditioned. Yes, true. Good point. That's how we'll say it. I condition my stamps. I don't sand them. Okay. But I think what I'll do here is I am going to pop it up off of it so it's not so noticeable that it's not like exact, because I would notice if I were checking. I'm just tossing every dimensional I own onto the counter because apparently I hid all of the big ones. My son teaches mostly ninth graders. Yes. Okay. And my sister always says that ninth graders are tough. She's a high school teacher. So my school's K-7. And then our high school here goes 8-12. And my sister says that ninth graders here are horrible. She's a high school teacher, but she says it's because they're not in grade 8, right? So grade 8s, nobody has greener boogers than my 3-year-olds. Oh, I hear you there. Grade 6 is a changing year. Yes, I hear you. I'm exfoliating my stance. Grade 9s, the grade 8, she said, are really well behaved because they're new and they're all like keen and they're in high school and yay. And then the grade 9s, she just said they think they are fantabulous. And they're not necessarily, but they like to think they are. Okay. I'm wasting too much time talking. I'm sorry. I'm a blathering idiot today. I don't know if I like even love that. I feel like it even kind of, I don't know if it does anything, but that's okay. You made 14 cards? Dude, you hadn't made cards in like a month and you did 14 today? Your 9s are awful in Australian. Well, at least we know it's universal. Okay, we are going to seal this down with no dimensionals. Nobody die of shock. There we go. Oh my gosh, my son had an online quiz today and I was howling at him. It was for university, it was for the communications course he's taking. And he messaged the prof a question about something on the quiz that just didn't make sense. And she responded back and she used the wrong "to" because she was saying too much and she just put "to." And he's like, "Really? My communications teacher?" Not like, at least you knew. But I did giggle. Too much, too many. I was up until 3 a.m. Oh, Laura, what grade? What are you writing report cards for? Tell me, help me. Report cards. I don't think mine are due till March now. And you notice I don't even know. I'm not looking. I'm in denial. I don't want to know when they're due. My dogs are tap dancing because it's getting close to their supper time. Okay, we're gonna pop this one up, not that one. And I don't know if I'm gonna add a sentiment. I don't think I really want to. Can I just have cards that have no sentiments? Grade 10 to 12. Ah, I was a terror in grade 8. Junior high was grade 7, 8, 9. My mom called junior high the How could you be a terror? Was really well, my mom says I was horrible in high school. I don't think I was. I was a good kid. I lied to my mom. I will admit that to you now. I've admitted it to her. I wasn't allowed to do anything. I was a really good kid and I wasn't allowed to do anything. So I lied so that I could do things. And it made my mom crazy, which I totally understand because I hate it when my kids lie. But I was like, Mom, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I'm not a partier. Okay, so we've got that. Now, my only thing, I'm a little tempted. I don't know if I'll do it. See, I don't know if I want to. Like, we could add a sentiment on a circle. Maybe I'll try that and just see how it looks. Would you do it Lost Lagoon embossed in white, or would you do it on a white circle? I feel like a white circle is just another. Let's go with this. We're going to emboss it. I don't know what's with all the embossing I'm doing lately, but we're going to do it. Okay, embossing button, powder. I don't know why the dogs are moving. They're not hearing me. You should have said, however, I am pregnant with twins. I may or may not have, once I found out my mom was reading my diary, may or may not have created my own. It was not true stuff, just a mess. I may not been that child. I was the youngest of 5 girls. I was a good kid. Oh, yeah, Patricia, you could have seriously like partied. Well, okay, Lynn says it's perfect as is. I'm only gonna do it. We don't have to add it, okay? If it's ugly, we're not putting it on. Whoops, I just caught that in my lap. Okay, you look a bit furry. Okay, looks good. Let me just, we're gonna heat emboss it. Close that. Move the embossing powder to the table behind me. White embossing. I taught threes for 6 years. They were your babies though. Hi, Sandy. We don't know if we're adding this yet. We're kind of done, but we thought we'd try it. If it's horrible, we're not doing it. Oh, I should be using the tweezers, but I'm not. 'Cause I'm lazy. I know, but there was always the thought that my mother would kill me. I know. Ooh, emery board. That's a good one. Does anyone ever feel like it would be really fun to meet each other in person just so we could see who was making all these hilarious comments? Unbelievable to me. Heidi, I remember when your father passed away. Took your mom flowers today. Oh, sweetie, good girl. I'm proud of you. And I think that that was an incredible thing to do today was go, okay, I'm acknowledging it, but I'm also going to try and keep myself sane today, right? Because it is. Those anniversaries, they're horrible. Okay, do you fit? Oh, it does, but we are going to tape it down, right? We would need to have his, oh, Ross, you might be on to something. A Zoom crafting night? Do you not think we could get ourselves into a lot of trouble altogether? It would be a Zoom crafting morning for our Australia peeps. Sweet hubby brought you flowers. Good. Aw. I know, I'm a total rebel. I know. I do remember how, isn't that crazy? I totally remember when your father passed away. How's that? I think because we've all, well, we all share on here. I don't feel like we got overkill with the Lost Lagoon. I go monthly to the cemetery. See, my relatives are all back east. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, why don't we stick it on one and not the other? Because then we can go, hey, we're gonna try it. We would Zoom all day long. I do Zoom crafting. I love a Zoom crafting. Yeah, Nicole, we were like, okay, Nicole, you have to be up at 6 a.m. for Zoom crafting. My East Coast peeps, you're not going to bed tonight because we're Zoom crafting. And if I did earlier in the day, I feel like Nicole might, yeah, you're a late joiner. Hi, Patricia. Okay, hang on. We're just coming down here. Wishing you so much joy on this special day. When in doubt, add more bling. I know it's funny. I was actually just thinking about my bling. I think I might go Lost Lagoon. What are you? I don't want a glossy dot. I don't want a brass butterfly. I don't want a flat back pearl. I don't want an ombre nut dot. No adhesive back gems. No neutral sequins. Tinsel gem straight back. No. Wrong color. Opaque ovals. Nope. Not the right color. Sequins trio. Nope. An iridescent rhinestone. Might work. Adhesive back sparkle gems. Nope. We used those yesterday. Don't want them. Adhesive back pearls. Pastel sequins. Nope. Pink color pearls. Too bright. Iridescent. Brush metallic festive. In colored dots. No, no. Tinsel gems. No. Okay. So I basically eliminated everything. I'm down to these two. Can you color dye? Yeah, we can. Thanks, Laura, for using your head when I can't use mine. Good. So I'll show you. Trick. Laura saying, hey, can you color those? The round saying, it did turn out kind of cute, didn't it? Okay, so I have got a sheet here of our basic rhinestones. Now, what I'm going to do is I always take the dark for this. I try and avoid the paintbrush end because I don't want, look at Gina's like brush bronze dots. Gina, you're okay. I want to see Gina's cards because she has the most incredible suggestions. She is obviously far more willing to try things. Chit chat and drink tea. What about cork? Yeah. Oh, cork, but also look at you guys go. Okay, so all I'm doing right now, I do use the stiff end, not the paintbrush end. I don't want to damage the paintbrush end and have it kind of splayed out, so I avoid it. So I colored 3 little. I'm going to color 1 medium and 1 big. Now, I don't know how much you can see there, but they are actually a different color now. You learned it at our stamp camp. We do it all the time. I just forget. Forget these things. Okay. So let's add the bling to you. So we're going to go, okay, it's pretty. I'm gonna try my 3 first. 2, 3. Kind of create your triangle. It's gonna get this stamp set. I wasn't, but now I'm glad. I know. Stamp camps are the best investment, are they not, Laura? I know. Our stamp camps are kind of a let's go for it. Okay, and yeah, I could add more. I don't know. I'm not going to. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Okay, so version 1, quite plain, quite simple. Version 2, and I even went darker on my eggs on this one. Well, I think what happened was I actually left these eggs alone for a day, and then I added color. So it didn't quite blend the same, but there you go. So we've got this gorgeous stamp set and coordinating dies. I did change the name so that it didn't look ridiculous, and I did actually know what I was talking about. They are the everyday details. There's the dies, and they're amazing, you guys. The everyday details dies, and then the coordinating stamp set. I've done maybe if you grab this one from me, I could actually send you my PDF. If you decide to buy this bundle from me, your everyday details, I have a PDF for a card class. So what the only thing you'd want to do is you would want to get that bird DSP for your free one if you decided to do that. But I will absolutely give you those two. Sorry, I'll give you the PDF for this so that you can make the 4-card class that I did with this one. So, and then you could also like bling this one out because we know how to make it even better now. Okay. I hope that you all have a phenomenal evening celebrating 31 days of lives. You guys are rock stars. I don't know how to thank you for joining me for the past 31 days. I know. So, Gina, where are you? Stampin' Up! Yes, we know there's new celebration items coming tomorrow, but we don't know what they are. I know South Pacific, what they added, and they're kind of more regular inventory items, but I'm wondering if it might be based on product inventory. So if we have an excess of something here, whether that's what we'll get or vice versa. Anyway, I will see you all later. Thank you so much. It was so much fun. Okay. Night, guys.